We're being asked here to find an inverse function, and it's the inverse of a log function. So there are a couple of things we might want to keep in mind. First of all, an inverse function means we're going to swap x and y. Secondly, an inverse function, the domains and ranges swap. So the domain of f will be the range of the inverse function, and likewise the range of f will be the domain of the inverse function. So if we can work out the domain and range of this function, we know what our domain and range should be for the other function. So let's write that down now. We've got a function here that is a log function, and this has been moved, you can see here, this way by 1. H equals 1. So it's going to look something like a log, which would ordinarily look like this, and it's going to have been moved across by 1. So it's going to look like that, and its asymptote is going to be at x equals 1. So therefore, and don't forget to label our axes there, so therefore I know my domain of f will be from 1 to infinity, not including 1, because my log never touches this line. My range of f is all y values, so I can just write r. I know therefore my domain and range of my inverse function will swap. So therefore this will be my range of my inverse, and this would be my domain of my inverse. Let's start working out the equation of the inverse line. So first thing, I'm going to swap my x's and y's. So therefore my inverse will say that x equals 2 natural log ln x, so that should be y minus 1 plus 3. Subtracting 3 from both sides, x minus 3 equals 2 log y minus 1, and then dividing by 2, x minus 3 over 2 equals log y minus 1. Our next step is to undo the log, so therefore it's going to be an exponential. So e to the x minus 3 over 2 equals y minus 1, and we can go up here to say therefore y will equal e to the half, I'm going to take this half out, x minus 3 plus 1. And this is my final line. As we can see, checking in with our domain and range, our domain is all values, and we know the exponential because it looks like this. That will have all values of x, and it's been lifted up 1, so my range should be from y equals 1 and above, and that is what the old domain was. So it looks pretty good. So now to completely answer the question, I've said my new function, so it's going to be f negative 1, my inverse function of x, equals e to the half x minus 3, all of that plus 1. My domain is R, my range is from 1 to infinity, not including either of those points. And let's make it really clear to the examiner that this is my answer by putting a box around it and making sure they know. And a smiley face just for good measure. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe or like. Thanks.